Good morning, property leaders. I am former United States Army Sergeant Anthony Russell, and today we're going to be talking about tenants who try to end their lease without notice. All right, property leaders. Today's question comes from Cora. This person is asking, what do I need to do if my tenant didn't pay the rent on the first of the month and told me on the third that she's moving out in 30 days without putting it in writing? Okay, so the first thing is, this does not constitute legal advice. This is what I do. Every state is different when it comes to this stuff. You need to consult your local tenant landlord laws, and if you have questions, call an attorney. Just want to make that clear. Okay. So the way I'm going to answer this to skate any legal problems is I'm going to say how I handle this, me personally. Okay. Take it with a grain of salt. So what I would do in this situation is I would immediately reach out to the tenant and I would tell them, first off, I would have called them on day number 2, not day number 3. If the rent was due on the 1st, then you need to be in contact immediately. If they're not contacting you, they're not paying, then in my state, what I do is I throw a 3-day eviction notice on the door immediately. You don't want to work with me, you don't want to pay, got it, getting evicted. So 3-day eviction notice goes on the door. I take video of me posting it on the door. I take evidence of the day and the time because all that stuff matters. I make sure that it has the specific wording on it that the state requires, because a lot of states require specific wording. So I do that. Okay, that's the first thing. If the tenant insists on doing this, I mean, they're really choosing the path for you. It's really not that hard. I would file for eviction, and I would make it clear to the tenant what the damages are. I would say, look, if you do this, this is how much money I'm going to be out, and this is what I'm going to be suing you for. I would just tell them. I would be as upfront as possible. They may be willing to work with you. Maybe they had a life event, maybe they're moving because they got married, or maybe there's a death in the family. Maybe they're just out of money. Who knows? I always try and err on the side of working with people, because though you may not get your way, you may not get the tenant to stay and continue to pay and follow their contract. That would be the ideal solution, but obviously there's something that's making them move. So compromise. Okay, compromise. That you'd be surprised how often people will compromise, and you can come to something in the middle that works. There's a reason I only have, in 11 years, 12 years, I only have like 3 evictions. It's very rare for me because I compromise with people. So I'll go to somebody, and instead of framing it as, you're a bad person, I'm mad at you, I'm going to sue the pants off you, you're never going to exist again kind of mentality, I go to them with the empathetic point of view. I go and I say, hey, look, obviously there's some type of problem here. It's okay. I don't need to know what the problem is, but I do want to work with you so that it works out best for everybody. How about this? You can be out in 30 days, as long as, you do X, Y, or Z for me. Like maybe make sure the unit is clean, or I'm going to come through and I'm going to do all the inspections and try and re-rent this. So make sure you work with me. Let me get people in here. Don't cause any problems. Try and flip the unit if you can. That's probably your best bet, because the reality of it is that a lot of these people that are renting do not have the money to pay for rent at a new place, plus pay damages to you. A lot of these people barely live paycheck to paycheck. So it's like getting blood from a stone. You might win the eviction. You might win, let's say best case scenario for you, you win the eviction and you win a judgment that says you are due the next 12 months worth of the lease, So it's like, $30,000 or something crazy, you're due all this money. That person's never going to pay you, they're not going to pay you. And you're just going to spend your life being pissed off and chasing this person and not getting a penny out of them. And they're going to laugh about it. They're going to be like, oh, that stupid landlord is still chasing me. And your whole life is going to be stuck in that one moment. So my recommendation to you would be, let them go, compromise with them, flip the unit, move on with your life. Usually compromise is the best way to go. Just work on getting them out of there. Obviously, there's some type of problem that is keeping them from staying there and completing the contract. So you should have their security deposit, which should cover at least 1 month's worth of rent. You can always garnish that, and that would offset some of your damages. But yeah, work with them. There's better ways to handle this. All right, whoever the anonymous user was that posted this, if you recognize your question, reach out to me. I'll give you a free copy of my book, Leadership for Landlords. If you'd like a copy of my book, Leadership for Landlords, check it out on Amazon, available now in paperback and ebook. Please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. All right, property leaders, get out on patrol, get into those buildings, and find something to fix, huh?